Bros Productions is proud to present Kansas City Jets High School Travel Hockey. Kansas City Jets Hockey is brought to you by Bicklemeyer Meats, the Bortnick Law Firm, Donovan Service, Edward Jones Investments, Gladstone Automotive Group, Goodwin Homeworks, Jeremy Franklin Automotive, the Kansas City Ice Center, Kansas Financial Resources, KC Ice, Minding the Gap, Myers Brothers, Packer Fastener, the Midwest High School Hockey League, and Beck Bros Productions. Now, Kansas City Jets Hockey.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome out to the Icebox here in Lincoln. Joel Becker and Gary Scavona. Kansas City Jets Hockey. Jets getting set to take on the Lincoln Junior Stars here on Sunday morning. The JV squad coming off a 3-0 shutout victory yesterday, hoping to build on that.
Yeah, absolutely. The JV played great yesterday. Will Martin was outstanding in that. So Will's going to get to start again today. The Jets JV team battling to stay in playoff contention. So he's going to get to start again, and we'll see what happens from there.
All right, had a chance to talk with Coach Elo before today's game, so let's get to that coach's conversation. It's the coach's conversation. Joel Becker talking with Kansas City Jets JV head coach Radoslav Elo here on Sunday morning in the aptly named Icebox in Lincoln. Bring back a few memories for you, huh?
Yeah. It was always a great place to play here. Always had to be ready to go. Honestly, probably one of the toughest rinks to play in USHL. So, yeah, a lot of memories. We play a lot of games here, as obviously Kearney, Nebraska is a couple hours only away. So, yeah.
So yesterday the JV team came with a pretty good effort, a shutout 3-0 victory with the empty netter. Yeah. We're like we've been talking. We're getting on the same page, and obviously now with more practices under our belt, we're able to start focusing on other things than just the simple, basic stuff to be in the right positions. Now we're able to work more details out of them. So yes, I was happy. Obviously, a great job on the back end, Will in the net, but it takes a team effort to win. It does. One good thing is, a team that has struggled sometimes to score goals. We had a pretty good snipe by Brenneman on a little partial breakaway.
Yeah.
And I mean that's the thing that the team needs to be able to do.
Yeah, definitely, Joe. I mean we've been working a lot on getting to the blueprint, getting to the tough areas of the O-zone. Putting those pucks there and having those heavy sticks. So, I mean, we've been focusing on that quite a while now, and I think it's starting to pay off. And, yeah, I hope we can keep that rolling.
So this is the last road trip of the regular season. Then we spend 3 weeks at home, and we're obviously down the little home stretch here, hoping that we can manage to make our way into that top six. How much pressure do you think that the kids are feeling? Feeling like they have to win every single game, or is it one of those things where they've gotten kind of relaxed about it and they'll just sort of let the chips fall where they may, play as well as you can, and then see what happens?
Yeah, I think at this point, obviously, they know what we were playing for. And I'm not trying to overwhelm them, and at the same time, I don't know how much, kids really can put that together about, a month down the road. So at this point, we're just kind of taking a game at a time, and just playing the way we're playing. And, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for the best, that we can make the tournament. Obviously, the odds are not in our favor, but it's still possible. So we lost a couple of battles, but we haven't lost the war yet.
There you go. So what are you looking for today?
The same, pretty much same strategy. I think with the fact that they hold the blue line pretty hard and they play the F3 on the top, over the top, it's tough to go through. So we definitely need to push them out. We need the wings to create a little contact on the blue line, and that way we can push those pucks with. And then, like we mentioned, get the pucks to the blue paint, have heavy sticks, and get something in there. We're playing road hockey games, so 1-2 ugly goals, and then we can score a couple nice ones.
All right, well, that's hopefully we'll be able to make that pattern work for a second day in a row. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
All righty, that's Coach Radoslav Vila. I'm Joel Becker. This is the Jets Hockey Network. And we are back live at the Icebox. Team's getting to go for this first period of play. You mentioned Will Martin getting a second straight start in goal for the Jets. It would appear that it is going to be Merrick Vest getting the start for the Stars in the goal to our right. So we'll see. I don't know what kind of effort we're going to get on a Sunday morning from the JV squad. It's been a little hit and miss over the year in terms of how they play on Saturday and if they can duplicate that kind of an effort on Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. They played well yesterday, so if they can bring that same energy and that they did yesterday, they should be okay today.
So it looks like it'll be the Kel Smith line getting things started here for the Jets. Will Martin ready to go, and we are underway here in the first period of play. Acton with the puck from the defense will send it across, and Toit dumps it in. It came off the end boards and came right out in front. I tell you what, that's one thing we did notice yesterday, that these are active boards, and more than just active, they have an angle to them that seems to bring the puck into the slot area sometimes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, didn't notice that.
So you just have to be ready for it. Shot from the point was steered aside by Martin. And the Jets able to get it out to center ice. They work in on right wing. Early change quickly for the Jets as Riggs goes off. And Crabb comes on for him. Stars get it into the Jets' end, poked away, and Kansas City will get it to the line and now out to center ice. Were you able to not tell Will that he was going to start this game until 15 minutes beforehand again?
Yeah, well, he knew a little bit before.
I was going to say, unfortunately.
Not much. Not much. Right before we loaded the bus.
Oh, there you go. That's something.
It was about an hour.
We'll see. We'll see how he does today.
I think he kind of might have figured it out.
I was just going to say. You know, there used to be a policy for a lot of teams that if you got a shutout, you got to play the next game. Jets with a 2-on-1 across Norman and on goal. A shot and a good save by West. And then the rebound, he almost snuck that through him as well. Comes back out to the point. Amana's shot missed the net. It'll go off the end boards. Donovan tried to play it toward the goal, but that hit a leg and comes out to center ice.
It was a nice pass by Everett to get that 2-on-1 going.
It really was. And Norman made a good shot.
Yeah.
Although, like I said, it was the rebound that actually seemed like it almost had a chance to ricochet off his leg and go in the net from that sharp angle. Stars have it in the Jets' end. Checking the corner, and the Stars player goes down. Now got it back. Walk in front with it. A shot and a save by Martin. Was able to corral it sort of in between the sort of underarm area and hang on to it. We've played 2 minutes, 10 seconds of the first period of play, scoreless. If you remember yesterday, we were scoreless till the very end of the first period.
Right, yeah.
Jets got a goal in the first, a goal in the second, and an empty netter in the third to win 3-0. Now off the draw, they play it in front. Shot from the top of the circle goes off of Brenneman and out to center ice. Stars try to regain possession. Tatirsky didn't realize he had it next to him, but then here's Shivig with it. He will dump it in. Didn't get it deep, though. And the Stars get it right back out. Big hit. You'll get a reaction from the crowd, but the play goes on. And the Stars shot. Oh, saved by Martin.
Rebound right there, though.
Yeah.
91 King. He's the one that had the big goal yesterday for the varsity. Good side of the game at 2.
Brenneman tried to play it down deep. Stars come away with it. They'll play it up the near side boards, get past Tatirsky and out to center ice. Austin dumped it back in, and the Jets are changing. Gives the Stars an opportunity to get it out. That goes off of The stick of Rosen into the Jets' end. Wood over there. It comes loose, but then the Jets can't clear it, as that was kept in by Noden. Now they'll stop it at the line yet again. Jets do continue to struggle sometimes with getting the puck out of their own zone. Now this one's going to go down the ice, and they are going to call that one icing. That was close. The defenseman for the Stars was following it. The question was he really able to get a stick on it or not? And they said no.
I think he took a bad angle.
I think you're right.
He took the angle. I'm looking like I'm getting it, but I'm really not.
Yeah, well, can't say that I haven't done that myself.
Right, sure.
Comes back out to the point off the face-off. A shot right on a save. Martin gave up another big rebound. Couldn't put it on goal, though. They play it back out to the point. And Mohat played that back of the net, but the Jets take over, and they'll come out 3-on-2 if they hurry. This is Riggs in on right wings. Riggs tried the screen shot, and that was poked away from him at the last second by Mohat. Then they center it, and it goes off a Smith stick and just wide of the goal. Now Kel Smith again. He played it to the near side. Nobody there for either team. Ekton comes over and pinches in. They'll knock it into the corner. Stars take it, and they'll send it down the ice. That went off of Ekton, so there's no icing here. All the way down, and Martin will leave it for Toit. 4:15 into this period. Jets have it in the neutral zone. Boy, that was, I tell you what, that Toit had this stick literally knocked right out of his hands. A lot of times that'll draw a slashing penalty.
Right,
but
yeah.
Didn't get one here, as the Jets will dump it in.
Didn't get one here. That's really? That's not. Guess that's not surprising.
Ekton sends it across. Amon on the ice, and he fanned as he went to shoot it. And the Stars played
yesterday in both games, it was like 13-4 in penalties. 13 against the Jets, 4 against them.
Well, I guess they were consistent then.
Yeah. Why is that?
Consistently calling penalties on
us.
Yeah. Isn't that what you want out of that's why they always say you want out of referees is consistency?
Yeah.
Well, they were consistent.
Yeah.
All right, here are the Jets again trying to work forward into the zone. And it's Corin, back of the net. He's got Riggs in front. Now he pulls up at the half boards, lost an edge, comes out, and Donovan couldn't keep it in, and now back the other way with a step trying to work in on goal, and a shot right on, stick save by Martin on that shot by Dahlberg. And Norman comes up with a rebound, and he will get it out to center ice. And then he played it into the Stars bench, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off a little past the 5-minute mark of the first period. Jets and Stars scoreless so far. We got this game this morning, then the varsity team, which desperately needs a win today to try and maintain their hopes to not have to play twice on Thursday.
A win would help. A win would help. So I kind of look at the numbers. They're not desperate, but it would help.
Trying to work into the zone are the Jets and Corin. He had it taken away. Now puck back of the net. Crab over there trying to work it free. They played up the near side boards, and Lincoln gets it out to center ice. Dumped in off a leg and into the near corner. Austin after for it for Kansas City. Plays it into the corner. Picked up. Can't get it out. Shot from the point. Rebound in front for a moment, but the Jets clear it out of harm's way, and this time get it out to center ice. Dump straight back in.
That should be no.
Not going to go far enough for icing.
Right.
Austin has it, and he'll play it up left wing. Got it ahead for Brenneman, who couldn't accept the pass. Now he'll get it and dump it in. Jets finishing off a line change behind the play. That allows the Stars to get to it, but they ended up sending it the length of the ice. There was actually an attempt at a pass. That was not one of those, whack it down the ice because you need a change or something. It just eluded the guy that he was trying to pass it to and went all the way down for an icing call. So after today, it's home cooking for the rest of the regular season.
Right.
You think that benefits the Jets, or will it make it tougher to go on the road that last weekend?
Yeah. We've done it a couple years in a row now.
I know.
So I kind of like it.
King trying to work in, a shot right on, save, big rebound, and that was whacked wide by King trying to get his own rebound. Shibig able to play it out on right wing, up out to center ice. Here's Tatierski. He had it poked away. It was sent ahead into the zone on right wing. They play it toward the middle, right through the middle. Nobody there, but then the Jets hand it right to the Stars at the point. Now Shibig takes over. He tried to backhand it out. That doesn't often work. And Ekton did a good job of knocking it away. Puck loose in the slot. Tatierski picks it up. And now it is Brenneman on right wing. He'll try and work into the zone. Had a goal yesterday. Shibig couldn't get a stick on that bouncing puck. And the Stars take over. Oh, Filing almost picked that off, or managed to get the steal but couldn't. And now Aman will go for a skate back of his net. Gets his own pass, plays it out to center ice, stopped by the Stars. Puck loose in the neutral zone. They'll gain in on the Jets end, played it in front. That was knocked out of harm's way by Donovan, though, and he'll come back the other way for the Jets. 7 minutes left to go. Long dump in, just wide of the goal, came right out into the slot as we talked about before. Wood, though, couldn't get to it. Now it's knocked down, though, by Uvotic. Pass in the middle. He's looking for Wood. Filing trying to carry on. He had it taken away. And now here come the Stars back the other direction. They'll just dump it in back of the net. Into the near corner. Oh, the puck comes right out into the crease area. Martin was able to get a pad on it, but then it was swatted away from his glove, and the Stars still dangerous here. Mohat, his shot that would hit traffic in front. Filing couldn't find the puck behind him, but now Wood carries on. He overskated, and the Stars will now dump it back in. 6:20 left to go here in this first period. Still scoreless at the icebox in Lincoln. Puck up the near side boards. Filing tried to get it to Nicholson. Now Nicholson has it. He's looking for a lane to get into the zone. He does on left wing. He'll work back of the net. Has Smith in front of the net. Instead, he just comes out, plays it toward the goal. Shot back outside. They score. Jackson Riggs for the second day in a row.
On a rebound.
Able to put it in.
Should be 27 from 21.
So let's go all the way back to where we gained the zone on this one, because Nicholson just had to run that line a while. Finally came it. I'm not sure if this ends up going off of Smith at all here in front.
I don't think so.
Well, he played it toward the goaltender, and it went off the goaltender, and then on the rebound, like you said, the backhander by Riggs. And I agree with you that that's just a Riggs from Nicholson.
Yeah. That's what they called.
And kind of a mirror image of yesterday late in the first period.
Yeah.
Well, 2/3 of the way in anyway.
Yesterday was the opposite way. He was on the right-hand side for the rebound.
Yeah. But they get that 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
Somebody upstairs is going, guys, you're using yesterday's script.
Yeah. We'll keep it up, though. We'll take it.
You don't want me to tell you what's going to happen in the Super Bowl. I got an advance copy.
Did you?
Of the script, yeah.
Well, of course. Of course.
I could tell you, but then I'd have to tell you.
Chiefs are going to win in the last minute because of a pass interference call on the Eagles, and everybody's going to question whether it was a pass interference, and Bucker's going to make the field goal to win the game. And everybody's going to say that the refs love the Chiefs because they wanted Taylor Swift to win the game.
Of course. I can't tell you what the season finale twist is, though, in the script.
That Taylor gets on one knee and asks Jason Travis DeMario.
Oh, if she asked Jason, that would definitely be a twist.
That would really be a twist.
That would be a huge twist.
So Taylor asks Travis, not Travis asking Taylor.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe a good little one at the end there would be Travis asks her right after they win the Super Bowl, and she says, I will, but only on the condition you retire from football forever. And then cut to black. Cliffhanger right at the end.
Season 95 comes in August.
Ooh, puck right at the top of the crease, and Martin was able to hang on to that one, cover it up after he made the save. 4:21 left to go. Boy, you know, if that happens, people are going to really believe there's a script now. Face off to the left of Will Martin. Norman line out. Off the draw, puck in the slot area, comes loose in front, still bouncing around. They play it toward the near side boards. Ekton, he fanned as he tried to play it up the boards. Stars trying to walk in front with it. Shot goes wide. Toit behind the net with a rebound, plays it to the far side. Norman plays it up ahead, and it does go down the ice. This will not go far enough for icing, though. And so the Stars take over. Comes up on the far side boards. Shibig came over there. He couldn't get possession. That comes out to center. Toit will send it in. Came right to a Stars player, though. Now Crab trying to work in on right wing. Ekton, long shot, glove save, vest, and he will hang on. Saw that one the whole way.
Yeah.
3:38 showing on the clock here, first period. Jets on top 1-0. Shibig on the draw. Puck loose in the dot for a second, but the Stars work it away. Tatierski kept it in. Just played it down the boards. It'll come out on the near side. And Stars get it out to center ice. Working ahead was King with it. This plays a delayed offsides. So the Jets, Stars tag up, but the Jets have possession in their own zone. Donovan sent it on left wing. Went off a stick, so no icing here. Brenneman trying to chase it down. Stars got there first. Puck along the far boards, gets past Amon and out to center. They played up the boards again. This is going to go in, delayed offsides here. So the Jets will have another opportunity to break out, as both teams doing some changes behind the play. Tatierski will backhand it ahead, and Wood was able to get to it. Played a shot a little bit wide of the goal, not much on it. Wood comes after his own rebound, got it to Tatierski. Now they'll play it down below. Wood again took a bit of a slash, and he played it back. He was trying to go to the point for King, I think, but that was broken up. And then a shot went off Amon and wide of the goal. Comes right to the side of the net, and they score. Boy, Martin thought he had that, I think. And for the first time in this weekend, the Stars JV team has gotten on the board. So here it is. The original shot goes wide, and again, we were talking about how it comes off those end boards. Boy, it was a Stars player who accidentally played it to the side of the goal. And Martin thought he had it there, but you can see he doesn't.
Yeah, it sure goes right out in front of him.
And yeah, and then the Stars player was right there at the doorstep. And I don't think Martin was even looking at the guy who had the puck. I think he was looking at his glove, thinking that it was under it. And so he made no effort to make the save, because I just don't think he thought the puck was loose. And it's 1-1. Well, that wasn't part of yesterday's script.
No.
Puck came loose in front again. Chucky trying to play it up ahead. Goes back of the net. Austin after for it. And it comes up the near side boards. Jets do get it to the line, but not out. It's a good play to keep that in over there by Carlson for the Stars. Puck back of the Jets goal. Working on it is Kel Smith. Austin comes over to help out. 4 players in the corner as the clock ticks down at 1:40 to go. Puck comes loose. And it's played up the far boards. Nicholson. And he played it ahead. He was trying to get it to Riggs, the Jets goal scorer, but that failed to connect, and back the other way, trying to work in his Lancaster. On the near side boards. Puck comes loose. Chucky around far side. Nicholson. He will play it out to center ice, and Riggs carries on. He's 1-on-3. Does manage to get it into the zone. Almost put himself offsides.
It was very close.
He actually did a good job of grabbing the puck just before he did come across. And so it is an onside play. Jets still have it. Comes to Riggs as he tried to swipe at that puck. Didn't get much of it. Ekton, he'll activate. Comes loose in behind the net. Norman. Thought he was going to go to the front, but ends up goes behind. Now a backhand shot.
And it went in.
And they score. Was that Crab?
Yeah, no, it was, I thought it was Aiden.
Or
Korn.
Could be. Yeah. It was. It was Gordon. I think you're correct. We'll have a chance to look at it. I'm kind of curious on the initial.
I see them say 22-23. I thought.
So here was the original initial play we were talking about. It was almost offside because he loses the puck. You can't see it there, so you won't be able to tell. But he was actually onside. Although I wouldn't be surprised if this was the NHL that they would use their coaches challenge. But eventually,
they gave it to it was 20.
That
they had a third assist. I didn't hear they gave it to Teddy. That's what it was.
So yeah, Ekton played it.
Right.
And then it came to Norman. Norman came behind. He'll eventually swing it out in front. And Corrin is going to get the backhand, sort of a turnaround, and somehow manage to get it past Vest.
Did they say 23 or 3?
It should have been
3.
Yeah. So 22 from 3 and 41.
Right. I heard him say.
So the Jets retake the 1-goal lead as the period comes to a close. And we will go to the first period intermission with the Jets on top 2-1. So a late goal from Corrin, and the Jets lead it 2-1. We'll take a break, come back for the second period right after this on Kansas City Jets hockey.
Ruben Beeler is on the trail again. 13 people are dead from the savage poisoning of a church well at the zealous hands of a vengeful old woman. With warrants in hand for murder and flight to avoid prosecution, Ruben, Homer Poteet, and Marshal Marion Daniels take to the trail of Blanche Boggs. She's crossed the Mississippi River into the primitive wilds of southern Illinois to return to her old home place. Back among friends and family, Blanche knows she's safe. She's not. Nobody is on the Killdeer Trail.
Killdeer Trail, part of the Trail series by David R. Lewis. Available as an e-audiobook at Amazon and Audible.com.
Looking back out here to the ice box in Lincoln. Joel Becker along with Gary Skibota, Kansas City Jets hockey. Jets on top of the Stars 2-1 after one period of play. We'll be getting right back to action for the second period in about a half a minute or so. So late goal by Corrin after the Jets took the lead with about a little over 5 minutes left to go. Referee is getting ready to start the game. And we are underway here in period number 2. Right off the draw, Nicholson tried to carry it in. He had it taken away. It was kept in for a moment at the point, but comes out to center ice. Toit will rush back for it. And he goes back to the goal. Wilson Toit up ahead. That pass was intercepted. Then Toit ran into a Stars player, and the Jets take over. Nicholson, he'll work in on right wing. In the middle, he was looking for Riggs. That was swatted away from him, and back the other way, 3-on-2. Here come the Stars. They'll work into the zone. Pass in the middle. That went off the back of the Stars player. And the Jets did get it out to center ice. Didn't get very much control, though. Now they'll work back the other way again. Ekton, he was ridden off the puck. Stars take over, a shot and a save by Martin. Rebound loose, and a shot goes wide from the high slot area. Boy, dangerous situation to be in. Nicholson had it taken away. They played up the boards.
It's almost like Martin didn't even see it. He didn't react to that shot at all.
Grossroad plays it in the middle, and a shot goes wide. The rebound comes right to the side of the net on the far side, or near side, but the opposite side of where it was.
That wide side was open too. Martin slid and couldn't get back. Got lucky that Lincoln lost control of that puck just enough for it not to go in the net.
So Bliss will work in for the Stars. He just dumps it behind the net. Ekton over there. Plays it up the boards. Comes back out to the point. And a slap shot goes high in the air.
Nobody knows where it's at.
I was going to say, I'm not sure anybody knows.
I think it went out. We're not 100% sure, but I think it went out.
So they'll get a new one, I imagine.
Yeah.
Puck will stay in the Jets' end to the right of Will Martin. Just underway, second period. Shibbing line out for the Jets. Off the draw. Donovan up ahead. Tatierski couldn't stop the bouncing puck. They'll dump it back in, will the Stars, and Amon goes after for it. They'll try the near side. Up the boards, Brenneman was able to tip it ahead, but this is going to be an icing call. And we get a whistle, 2 minutes, 3 seconds into the second period. So overall, I would say that the Jets pretty much picked up where they left off yesterday.
Yeah. JV has played very well in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, you know, the funny thing about this, and I talked about it a little bit with Rado this morning at breakfast, down in the coaches' conversation, but at breakfast. I'll get to it in just a minute because right now here's Brenneman trying to work in on right wing. He tried to play it in the middle for Tatierski, but that never got to him. Jets keep it in, though. Good play by Shibbing. And they play it in the middle. Tatierski, a shot and a save by Vest. Didn't really get a handle on the puck until right at the last second. And they'll play it back out for the point. Amon, a long shot. Oh, that rebounds on front. And they played it right through the middle off the stick of Tatierski, and it ended up going wide. Jets couldn't keep it into the zone, and then they called that offsides. I'm not sure that puck actually went into the zone.
Yeah, it never went back into the zone.
But it doesn't matter. They can blow the whistle. All right, so, you know, we've talked all year about this, the way that the league has decided to set up the brackets, and we'll look at that a little bit later on. But, you know, only the top 6 teams going in. And I've never been one of the, as you know, one of the people that talks a lot about, you know, thinking that we really need to have 10 varsity teams, and, you know, the chances of one of those 7 to 10 teams winning 4 games in 3 days and coming away with the championship is relatively low. Although there is a lot of parity this year on the varsity side.
Right.
But the one argument I think you can make for having more teams make the playoffs is that it allows a team like the Jets that start slow but finish good to actually do something in the playoffs.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's it, because of the fact that it's the JV side that's short teams, not extra teams.
Right.
That's not going to happen for them.
Right.
But I'm saying that whether it's varsity or JV, you know, if you have a team, one of the things you hope for as a coach, and I can speak to this personally, one of the things you hope for as a coach is that your team is going to be playing a lot better at the end of the season than they did at the beginning of the season. Oh, puck in front, and they score. It was a bouncing puck. Martin was down, and the Jets were unable to clear out the front of the net, and we are back to a tie game. 2-2.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, that one.
Yeah, we'll take a look here. It was right off the face-off. And Will made the save, but again, couldn't really do anything with it. And unfortunately, Sobanski was over there. And nobody picked him up defensively. I will say that for this Jets, really both on varsity and JV this weekend, we have sometimes not done the best job as Wood trying to work in. He played it right off the goaltender, and it came right in front, but unfortunately Filing couldn't get a stick on it. He was right in the front of the net, top of the crease area. They'll try and center it. Ivodish knocked that down, then it comes loose in front, and they score again. And all of a sudden the Jets are trailing. So
I noticed this Lincoln team's got a lot of 3 or 4 seniors playing JVs. Yeah,
so that was Sobanski again.
Yeah, that's his second goal, and he's a senior.
Yep.
So,
well, he scored the last 2 for them.
Right.
And so anyway, I was starting to say before that both varsity and JV side, I've noticed this weekend that we have sometimes been. Oh, Martin slow in getting up. The play is still going on.
They're stuck together.
Yeah, they were tied up. In the meantime, here's Cale Smith with it. He was taken down. Boy, right in front of the referee. He was literally tripped. No call.
Shocker.
And, I mean, to the point where he ended up going down on a knee and slamming into the end boards. Here is Nicholson trying to walk in on goal. A shot, and he fanned on the shot, never did get through. Anyway, I was trying to say before that defensively we have sometimes failed to pick up players, that there'll be guys hanging around slot area or so on, and one of the things we've had trouble with this weekend is leaving guys all alone, and that's what happened in both of those goals.
Yeah.
So we're 4.5 minutes into this second period. Jets now trailing 3-2. Donovan had kept it in, but Stars get it out to center ice. Play it into the zone, but that was broken up. Now it bounces around near the top of the circle. A shot, and Martin the save, and he hangs on. And hopefully Will can settle down a little bit now because he's had a rough couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
10:15 left to go, second period. Jets now trailing 3-2. Shibig line comes out with Tatirsky and Brenneman. Off the face-off, they'll ring it around near side. Gets about to center ice. It was Dingwell who went back for it. Comes to Toit up the near boards. Off of Dingwell and into the zone. Stars take over back of their net. Shibig out front. He'll go far side, and it was tipped past Ekton out to center. He'll just dump it back in. Jets would have been offsides, though. Now here's Brenneman with it. He'll dump it in. And go back for it. Tatirsky in the general corner area. Along with Brenneman. Tatirsky comes away with it. Back out to the point. Long shot. Ekton never got through. Then the rebound was played wide of the goal. Toit with it there. Send it across. He was looking for Ekton. Kind of did it at the last minute and threw it out of the zone. Dumped back in. Vest will play it to the side. Comes up the far boards. Ekton activates. He was able to stop it. And now the puck comes out to center. Taken there by Crabb. He would have had to wait for Brenneman, so he waited just at the last second before he went in, other he would have been offsides. Norman Line is now out. And he's got the puck from back of the net. Had somebody in front, couldn't get it to him. Still in the corner with the puck, though. Couple of Stars over there. Now a couple of Jets to go along with it. 5 players in the vicinity. Puck comes up the boards. Toit comes into the slot. Backhander by Corin, but didn't get anything on it. Goes into the corner. Now back out to the point again. Ekton's shot. That was blocked. It's going to be a breakaway the other way. Trying to work in on goal. Martin out of the net was able to play it off the side boards. Unfortunately for the Stars player, the puck just went off of his stick just a little too far ahead of him, and he couldn't catch up to it. Or he
there and coming out and getting that puck.
It's an all or nothing gamble. You either get it or they score.
Exactly, yeah.
Corin played it back of the net. Puck in the middle of the ice. And it was dumped in. This should be icing, and it is, as Ballman was not quite to the center red line when he dumped that in. And so an icing call against the Stars. Jets JV trailing for the first time this weekend. Just shy of the halfway mark of this morning game. Had a 1-goal lead at 1-0 and at 2-1. Now they trail 3-2. Puck middle of the ice. Uvodich line out for the Jets. They work through the middle, straight on a shot. Martin the save. Rebound into the corner. Uvodich goes over for it. He'll work back of his own net. On his backhand, he was knocked down. Played it up the boards, though. And they did a good job getting out to center ice. Wood able to play it out to center. Up ahead. And Wood took a man down, and he's going to get a penalty. This is, I think, Mohat he took down, but either way. Unfortunately, Jaden is going to head off. 2 minutes, and they'll call it hooking, which is not a bad call. He just kind of got wrapped up with them. That's one of those tough situations because, you know, once and he kind of reached around him with his arms and the stick. If you let the stick go, you know, half the time you end up getting called for a trip or something like that. If you don't let it go, then you pull him down and get called for a hook. So.
Right, yeah. Either way, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm. So the Jets will be killing a penalty. Did a good job on the penalty kill yesterday, obviously, with the shutout.
Yeah, they did.
Comes back out to the right point. Shot. That hit traffic in front. Then the rebound comes across. And, oh, boy, put it just wide of the goal. That was a nice opportunity, 2-on-1 down low. But the one-timer off the stick of Bauman went wide. This one goes off the end boards, and Toit plays it into the corner, takes a hit. Brenneman plays it ahead, but that wasn't able to clear than Ekton does, and it goes the length of the ice. And we got a whistle, and there's going to be a penalty. I think it's on the Stars. It may be like a too many men call or something like that, maybe. Or maybe it was just a player who was going off for a change that he was calling. So with 1:24, we're going to play 4-on-4. And then the Jets will get a brief power play. Let's see what the call is. It's a high stick, so it was not a too many men type thing. It just happened to be the guy going off the board. So Bauman's going off. High sticking is the call. We'll play 4-on-4 for 1:24. We'll see how things go. I don't know that I would say that having a bunch of open ice has necessarily been an advantage for the Jets this year.
Right.
Norman tried to work in front with it, had it taken away, and a pass ahead. That was a little too far. No icing as Donovan got there and played it across. And now the Jets will try and work with it. Corin, he was hit, and there's going to be a penalty. It's a delayed call. And the Stars will tag up, and the Jets are going to get a 4-on-3 power play, a hooking call. So, unlike yesterday, the Jets actually going to get a pretty good advantage here. They're going to have a 5-on-3 briefly. As Cade Carlson's going off for hooking. It'll be 4-on-3 for 52 seconds, and then it'll be a 5-on-3 for about 20 or so. Assuming things stay the way they are. Norman on the draw. This is actually, again, a mirror of what happened yesterday, but in reverse. Nicholson. Oh. He walked in a shot that was wide off the end boards. They come to the side of the net, and Vest was able to cover it up and gets a whistle. So if you remember yesterday, we had the same kind of situation, although the penalty, it was in varsity, and the penalties happened at the same time.
Right.
But it was a similar deal where you had a 4-on-3 for a while and then a 5-on-3.
Yeah.
But the Jets were killing it off. Now they've got it as their advantage. Norman out there. They've got three forwards as Nicholson is playing on the point, along with Ekton, who has the puck. He'll walk in from the dot, a shot. Missed everything, goes off the glass. And Norman over there along the near boards trying to keep it in the zone. Four players. Still 23 seconds in the 4-on-3. Then the Jets will get a 5-on-3. Corin comes over and takes it. He'll play it in the middle. Nicholson walks right in the middle with it. A shot, and he scores. Nicholson.
21 from 22.
And we are tied. It's a power play goal. It'll be 4-on-4 for 12 seconds. Then the Jets are going to actually get another power play here. So the original shot. And then it was a good job by Norman over there to try and keep it from being cleared. Eventually the puck's going to squirt free. I don't know if Norman really deserves anything.
No,
Corin had it.
Yeah, they gave it to Corin.
And I mean, well, he definitely gets one. The only question was whether he also had one as well.
Yeah, kind of hard to see.
We are tied at 3.
Oh,
power play for the Jets for about 1:05 as Wood is now back on the ice, and the Stars clear the puck. Well, can't say that this game hasn't had a lot of excitement
so far.
Nicholson with the puck. He overskated right near the line, but it came to filing a shot right on. Looked for the redirection there in front and saved by Vest. Then the rebound, and another one goes off of something and up over the glass and into the netting. 40 seconds left to go in this Jets power play. Technically, they are 1 for 1 on the power play right now.
Yep.
Stars change their colors. Jets. And a nice clean win by Tatirski there, who doesn't usually take faceoffs. And the rebound comes all the way out to center ice, cleared the length of the ice by the Stars. Nicholson in his own zone sends it across. Ekton up ahead on right wing. Off the stick of Tatirski. Comes right back out to center ice, but then the Jets are about 55 feet offside.
Yeah, Brenneman was a little bit late getting back out of the zone.
So we'll have a neutralized faceoff with 21 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Well, I got to say, I literally can't remember the last time the Jets were in a situation where they were trailing, got a power play, and managed to tie the game at JV.
Yeah, this year, you're right.
It's been a long time, so way to at least take advantage. Shibig line out there with Tatirski and Brenneman as they send it all the way down the ice. Actually went on goal. Norman plays it, or excuse me, Martin played it to the side. And now it's backhanded ahead to Tatirski, and that was intercepted. Martin again will leave it for Donovan. Penalty is over. Jets 1 for 2 on the power play. Technically, the Stars are 0 for 1. They have the puck. Comes loose, and Donovan there in the corner. He plays it up the boards. It comes to Tatirski. It's in his skates. Didn't really know where it was. That was intercepted. Comes toward the side of the net. Knocked away by Martin. And now Shibig will find it in the zone. Coming up on the 4 minutes left to go in the second period. Up ahead on left wing looking for Brenneman. He looked the wrong direction, so the puck got by him. And now back in the Stars' end. They try to break out to center ice and do. Comes to the line. Amon picks up the loose puck. He sent it on right wing looking for Tatirski. That never got through as it was picked off by Nickel. Or excuse me, that was Dahlberg. And now up ahead, boy, it was late on a shift, I guess. I'm not sure as Brenneman was in that general vicinity. But when he didn't get the puck, he just went straight off. So I'm not sure if he had gotten the puck, what he would have done with it.
Right.
3:36 left to go, second period. 3-3 our score. Gail Smith on the draw. Puck was played back. Stars take over. They center it. Puck loose in the slot area. Now it comes in. Another shot. Not much on it. And Martin was able to take that floater out of the air and cover it up for a face-off.
It just goes a difference between our team and their team. It looks like their team, when I'm looking at the players out there, and they have a lot of juniors and seniors. Most of them are juniors and seniors playing JVs, where I think we have maybe 2 juniors playing JVs, you know, so, and no seniors, of course.
Are many of the juniors and seniors that are playing, do they also play varsity?
Some play varsity, yeah.
Some.
Yeah.
Of course, it's kind of, I guess, poetic, as we're going to get a penalty on the Jets, I believe.
No, looks like it's going to be on the Stars.
No, it's the Stars.
Another hooking penalty.
So the Jets, just off of a power play opportunity, will get another one, as Donner will go off.
There's a sophomore.
Britton Donner.
Well, look, they only have 11 juniors and sophomores, so I mean, and then they got 24 seniors and juniors, so it's a lot.
Got to have them. They got to play somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Off the face-off, Nicholson, who has the power play goal, played it. Oh, looking for that redirect backhand shot. Another save by Vest.
Oh man, what, he got buried into the. That's another penalty. Nope, call him in the crease.
I think you can call him in the crease if he was.
Why was he pointing at him?
I think he was pointing to where the faceoff was going to be.
Oh, maybe. Looked like Brenneman was pushed right through the net.
Making sure the net's set correctly. Only 9 seconds gone on the power play. I tell you what, Filing had a couple of, he had a chance on Nicholson's original shot for a redirect.
Yeah.
And then he also had a pretty good chance himself afterwards on the rebound. All right, they got the net situated as much as they're going to. And off the face-off, the Stars win it and send it down the ice. All the way down in the corner. Nicholson's going to go back for it. Actually got Rose all over him. And finally the Jets come away with it. Ekton plays it ahead, but not to anybody in particular, and the Stars have it again. Now it's taken again by Nicholson. His pass was off the back of the leg of Filing. And off the end boards. Martin doesn't take any chances and plays it back in the net for Ekton. So we're down to a minute 15 left to go in the power play. Nicholson played ahead, and then Brenneman, he didn't get it deep, but he'll carry on with it. Goes back in the net. Shaden Brenneman back out to the left point for Nicholson. He plays catch with Brenneman, excuse me. Goes into the corner. Back out to the left point. Fans yell because...
Yeah, I thought, to me, it looked like the penalty was the other way around. Like Brenneman was being held, but the Lincoln fans didn't think that, of course.
Long shorthanded shot there by Carlson. That was stopped. And then the
Teddy.
Jets give it away. And again, the crowd yelling because of what they presumed to be a high hit.
Yeah.
And Nicholson.
I thought it was a good hit. I saw.
Nicholson ducked through a check, and it's carried on. Ekton in on goal. A shot, Vest the save, and he'll hang on. 26 seconds left to go in Donner's minor. Well, the crowd's into it anyway.
Yeah, Sunday morning excitement.
26 seconds left to go in the power play. Face off to the left of Merrick Vest. Smith. Draw goes into the corner. Corin over there. Puck comes loose. Riggs played it in front. He was looking for Smith, or excuse me, Norman. Then a shot and a glove save by Vest, and he'll hang on. Down to 12 seconds left to go. Jets need to be cognizant of the man coming out of the box.
Exactly.
They do have two defensemen out there right now. Donovan and Amon. And Smith got it to Corin. Penalty is over. Jets 1 for 3 on the power play. Stars take over. Play it in the middle. Jets are back at least.
Yeah, Donovan was going to throw his pass to the point, but Amon realized the guy was coming out of the box.
Yeah, he went
back to cover him, so
right.
There was nobody at that point.
On the other hand, we did have somebody on the guy coming out of the box.
Right. 36 seconds to go in this period.
And Corin got it ahead for Norman. He'll walk in front with it. Top of the circle. Tried to move in front, but that went off a leg, and the Stars take over with 23 seconds left to go. Trying to work into the zone. Played right through the middle of the ice. Back out toward the point. Long shot goes wide of the mark off the end boards. Comes back out to Mohat right point. He'll send it across, and a shot went through traffic, ended up going wide. 5 seconds left as the puck down the far side. Shibig was chasing it, but it's going to end the period before anything happens, and we will go to the locker room all knotted up at 3. I should actually say second period. How's that? So 3-3 is our score. Jets had 1-goal leads twice, gave them up, and have come back to tie it here in the second period. So we'll take a break, and then we will see what happens in period number 3. Kansas City Jets and Lincoln Junior Stars all knotted up at 3 here on Kansas City Jets hockey.
Woohoo! Jeremy Franklin here from Jeremy Franklin Automotive. This week, everyone's talking about my sale. Why? Down payments are just $2. Woo-hoo! Trade-ins, I'll pay up to $4,950 over appraised value, even if you owe too much. Woo-hoo! Why am I doing this? Because it's summer, I'm excited about life, and you should be too. Woo-hoo! Now let's all say it together. Woo-hoo! It's my most outrageous sale ever, but only for a limited time. Call today, come in today, whatever you do, don't delay, because today's the day. Woo-hoo! Is your credit PU? You'll scream woohoo when we approve you. My one and only for the people credit approval process is the real deal. Woo-hoo! So get a nicer, newer car for just $2 down. And bring in your old clunker and get up to $4,950 more than what it's worth. Woo-hoo! This month only for the first 71 customers. I'm Jeremy Franklin. Come see us at Jeremy Franklin Automotive, South Kansas City. Call 816-523-6900 or jeremyfranklin.com. jeremyfranklin.com will you always be another satisfied customer.
Call 816-595-9000 for terms and conditions.
How you doing? Richie the Iceman Zamboni here for Kansas City Ice Center. You know, my mother always told me, Iceman, there are 3 things every kid should know. How to ride a bike, how to make mac and cheese and not interrupt my soap opera, and how to ice skate. Well, the Iceman can't help you with your culinary difficulties with your children, but Kansas City Ice Center can sure get you going with those ice skating lessons. Send your kids to Kansas City Ice Center and they'll be skating like they grew up in Alaska in no time. Kansas City Ice Center on Johnson Drive between 435 and K7 is setting up group lessons now for kids of all ages. And when kids are skating, they ain't getting into no trouble. They're having a good time and they're making new friends. Kansas City Ice Center on Johnson Drive between 435 and K7 and online at kcicecenter.com. Put your kids on ice at Kansas City Ice Center. It's cool.
I've been in a lot of locker rooms over the years, and you want to know who has the biggest nuts in town? Packer Fastener. I'm talking nuts, bolts, screws, everything commercial contractors and fabricators need, Packer Fastener has it. With the fastest growing threaded fastener inventory in the Kansas City area and more. Tools, safety supplies, abrasives, you name it. Plus, they ship anywhere in the U.S. with hella speed and accuracy. So don't get caught with your pants down. Get the job supplies you need when you need them. Shop PackerFastener.com. This Jets webcast is brought to you in part by Bicklemeyer Meats, Donovan Service, Edward Jones Investments, Gladstone Automotive Group, Goodwin Homeworks, KC Ice, Kansas Financial Resources, Myers Brothers, and Mining the Gap. Each week in public schools, Mining the Gap volunteers mentor children, host a Bible club, and encourage teachers so that children become better readers today and discover hope for tomorrow. Thanks to all the sponsors and supporters of Kansas City Jets hockey.
Welcome back out to the Icebox here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Joel Becker and Gary Scabona, Kansas City Jets hockey, Jets and Stars, all knotted up at 3 here in this second period intermission. 6 goals tonight. The Jets got started. They took a 1-0 lead with about a little less than or more than 5 minutes to go as Nicholson worked into the zone. Eventually, he's going to come out to the far side and shoot it, and then on the rebound, Riggs, with the backhander, put it in, gave the Jets the 1-0 lead. Then, late in the first period, the Stars would tie it up as the puck came to the side of the goal. And as you could see there, Martin, it actually was knocked to the side of the goal by a Jets defenseman. Martin thought he had it under his glove, but unfortunately he did not. So while he was looking at his glove, which turned out to be empty, the Stars player played it in. The Jets would retake the lead late in the first period. As eventually this puck will be kept in at the point. And the shot there by Riggs never got through. Ekton will play it. And then Norman. Eventually it's going to go near the side of the goal, and the backhand shot by Corin finds its way in to make it a 2-1 Jets lead. They would give that lead up in the second period. So that was the end of the first period, 2-1. Just a couple minutes in, right off the faceoff, as you can see, nobody picked up the Lincoln player Sobanski, and he comes in and ties the game, and then the Jets just less than a minute later would end up giving up that lead. Sort of same situation as Sobanski there in front. Nobody picked him up, and the puck came right to him and scored. A little bit later on, with roughly about the same amount of time left to go in the second period as when they got their first goal in the first, the Jets had taken a penalty, and during the penalty they got 2 penalties on the Stars, so that this was a 4-on-3 situation that eventually became a 5-on-3. So at this time, though, it's 4-on-3, as you can see, and eventually the original shot there goes wide. Norman comes over to stop it on the boards. Again, a 5-on-3 situation. So 2 of the Stars players, that leaves only 1 more defenseman. And eventually it's Korn who's going to come away with it right there. And he will pass it across for Nicholson. He walks in. Again, just 1 defender. And Nicholson is able to beat Vesh. And that's how we got where we are. 3-3 is our score here in this second period intermission. Well, we do have a minute. Wanted to show you what the championship tournament JV bracket looks like. So one would think if the Jets managed to make it, they would be a 6 seed. As you can see, the 3 versus 6 seed is on Thursday. And as you can see, by the way, so the 4-5 and 3-6 will play at 12:45 or 1:40. Obviously, you can't play, 2 games that quickly with one another. That's less than an hour. So one of them is on rink 1 and the other is on rink 2. The 12:45 is on rink 1. This is at the Recplex, the Mid-American Energy Recplex in Des Moines. And the reason why they don't have, why they have either the game could be either way is they keep the schedule loose just in case the JV teams that are playing are the same as the varsity teams that are playing, because varsity, as you will see, has play-in games 10 and 11, 7 versus 10 and 8 versus 9 on Thursday on rinks 1 and 2. Those are right before the 2 games that we play on the JV side at 12:45 and 1:40. And then they play again. They have games at 3 and 4 on rinks 1 and 2. Actually 2 and 1 if you like, for the 3 versus 6 and 4 versus 5 games, before they also play at 6 and 7 on rinks 1 and 2 on the varsity side. And so if the same teams, same franchises play, then they will do their best to separate them as much as possible. So if a 3 or 6 team is the same as a varsity team that would otherwise be playing right before or right after, they will try and avoid that so that you don't end up with the same players having to play games in a row as much as possible. There's not going to, there may not be a possibility of doing all that, but they'll do the best they can. And so, again, it's just a 6-team bracket, so 3 versus 6 basically are playing play-in games. And so the winner of the 4 versus 5 play the 1 seed on Friday at 8. And at 8:45 in the morning, it's the 2 versus the winner of 3 versus 6. And then the championship game goes on Saturday at 8:30. The consolation game Saturday at 8 on rink 2 on the JV side. Varsity side, same sort of deals. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's the same basic tournament setup, except instead of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Alrighty, so we are in the second period intermission, 3-3. Who's to say who will win? I guess we'll find out when the third period starts coming up after this on Kansas City Jets Hockey here on the Jets Hockey Network.
Hello, I'm David R. Lewis. Thanks for joining me at Theater of the Mind. Today's Heartland Memory takes us back to the 1970s and the misadventures of a veterinarian in Almost, Arkansas. He bit his lower lip in pain and stared at me with nearly hate-filled eyes. His assistant, not quite hiding her amusement, handed him a wet towel to soak up some of the blood that ran from his forearm. "Looks like 10 to 14 stitches to me," she said, barely controlling her grin. "You probably ought to sit down. You look a little pale. I'll sew it up when your blood pressure stabilizes." Jessica crouched on the stainless steel table and purred. Jessica was our cat, a bobcat to be exact. She was about 6 months old, and I had brought her to the veterinarian's office for routine shots. Bobcats need them just as house cats do. The veterinarian was Delmar Daw. Well, that's not exactly right. At best, Delmar was a veterinary. Primarily a large animal vet, Delmar also had an office for his small animal practice just off the highway in Almost, Arkansas, Missouri. He wasn't much of a vet, but he was the only game in town. He was the only game in town for over 30 miles in any given direction, and he was an authority on handling all kinds of animals. He'd tell you so. When I arrived at his office, the receptionist/assistant, a young woman named Etta, was fascinated by the bobcat. She cooed and petted, stroked and purred at Jessica, and Jess returned the attention, a real hound for affection. Delmar was unimpressed at dealing with the bobcat. "Cat's a cat," he said as he prepared the shot. "Etta, I'll stretch her. You give her the injection." I spoke up, mentioning the possibility of a squeeze cage, trying to impress Delmar with the fact that bobcats, even half-grown bobcats, were wild animals, capable of extreme feats in times of stress. He ignored my advice, grabbed Jessica by the fur on the top of her butt and the hair behind her head, and pulled her out to her full length. She rotated inside her skin, sunk her fangs 3/4 of an inch into his left wrist, and opened up 2 6-inch tears in Delmar's right forearm with her rear claws. He screamed and released her. She crouched, eyeing him coldly, while she waited for his next move. Bobcats won. Delmar, nothing. Delmar came to the ranch where I worked on one occasion to float the wolf teeth on a 4-year-old gelding. At the time, floating wolf teeth was a brutal procedure that required using a wood rasp to file down a set of teeth to keep them from interfering with the bit when it was in the horse's mouth. Horses are bigger than most of us and are prone to resist this treatment. To maintain control, a twitch was used. A twitch is about a 2-foot length of 1/4-inch nylon rope secured to the end of an 18-inch dowel. The rope is slipped over the horse's upper lip. The stick is spun, tightening the loop of line around a bulge of muzzle, and the horse is thus restrained, while the vet reaches into his mouth and files down, or even knocks out, the teeth in question. Observing Delmar casually perform the application of the twitch one afternoon as I watched, he forgot to remain at arm's length during the procedure. The horse found the twitch to be unpleasant, threw its head violently upward, jerking the dowel from Delmar's grasp, causing it to strike him briskly on the end of his nose. The crack of the blow could be heard throughout the barn, leaving Delmar sitting in the hay attempting to staunch significant blood from his broken beak. The horses won. Delmar, zip. Then there was the good-natured German Shepherd who became so outraged at Delmar's cavalier insertion of a rectal thermometer that he whirled on the table and delivered a massive bite to Delmar's left wrist. Delmar suffered no injury from the attack, but his brand-new Rolex wristwatch, in spite of its $3,000 price tag and its solid stainless steel case, could not resist the crunch of the doggie's massive jaws. As Delmar sat holding pieces of the watch in his hand, Etta had to leave the room to laugh. Jobs were scarce in Almost, Arkansas, Missouri. German Shepherds won. Delmar, zilch. A 500-pound Charolais heifer is one of the waspiest animals on the planet. They got the speed of a leopard, the kick of an ostrich, and the mindset of an L.A. banger. We had 56 of them to vaccinate and called Delmar. The heifers were penned in a small corral being driven down a chute and into a head gate for treatment. Delmar became dissatisfied with the way we were handling the cattle and jumped into the pen to show us how it should be done. He rapidly approached the nearest heifer, who lashed out with the speed of a mongoose and kicked him squarely in the crotch. The poor man folded like a pair of deuces into the muck at the bottom of the pen amid raucous laughter from all of us on hand. I took compassion on him and led the bent and broken man from the corral and eased him to the ground. Heifers won. Delmar, nada. Delmar sipped from a cup of water I brought to him and regarded me through bloodshot eyes. You know, he winced, I was going to be a doctor for a while, a human doctor. Well, why didn't you? No, hell. I just can't stand people. I really like animals, though. Humans won. Delmar, well, you get the drift. At least that's how it seems to me. I'm David R. Lewis. Thanks for stopping by Theater of the Mind.
Welcome back out to the Icebox in Lincoln. Joel Becker and Gary Skibota, Kansas City Jets hockey. Jets and Lincoln Junior Stars all knotted up as 3 as we get set for the third period of play. So it all comes down to the last 15 minutes and which team can put together a better third period than the other. Or it could come down to who gets a lucky bounce.
Yeah, that's true too. It could come down to that. That's what kind of happened yesterday against the Jets.
Yeah.
Varsity, I mean.
Of course, the varsity team will get an opportunity to play right after this game, so keep it right here for that if you are interested. And the Jets go forward with it right off the draw. The shot, though, off the stick of Riggs was blocked at the Stars' defense. So we've had 6 goals in this game, 3 for each team.
Yeah, each team. Ooh, thought that was a little.
Yeah, a little bit of pushing and shoving there. Dahlberg and Cale Smith. And that one goes right through the middle. Kept in at the point by the Stars. Just underway, third period. Smith spins around, loses the puck, but Ekton will carry on. Sends it ahead on left wing. Here's Nicholson, who has a goal. He's got Ekton with him. He'll go back of the net. Plays it out for Ekton. A wrist shot. Oh, that did get through, it looked like. And
yeah, it got through. Rebound was there, too, but nobody was there.
Very much of a screen, though.
Pick up the rebound. Yeah, it was.
So Ekton will dump this one in. Minute gone in this third period. Oh, they play it out in front. Puck loose, top of the crease, and the Stars will swat it the length of the ice, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off. I'll tell you one thing you probably don't want to see if you are a Jets fan is things staying the way they are till the end of regulation, because shootouts have not been the friend of the Jets for the last couple of years, right. In JV especially.
Yeah. Well, varsity this year we're 1-0, 3-0 of overtime games.
I was going to say.
But yesterday we missed the opportunity to get the game into overtime, which we usually like to do. If we get it in overtime, we're pretty good at it. But yesterday we blew it in the last minute.
Right. Would have been nice to.
I guess it was payback for scoring against the Capitals with 26 seconds to go.
There you go.
Hockey karma.
Still getting a lot of yelling from the stands.
Fans. Yeah, the fans don't like some of the
There was a hit along the side boards. That was what they were screaming about, as Martin will cover this one up.
Right.
Minute 40 seconds into the third period. Yeah, it's one of those tough things in that situation, because if you're the Jets, you know, if it does go to overtime, then you're allowing the Stars to get at least a point.
Right.
And so obviously you'd rather win in regulation, but what you don't want to do is not win.
Lose the way we did. Yeah.
Right. If you lose in regulation, then not only do you not get the 2 points, you don't get 1 point.
Don't get anything.
Yeah.
Tough loss.
It really was. We'll see how they respond.
If we don't get in the top 6 by a point, then we'll, that's trouble. the top 6, then we can blame that game yesterday.
Well, certainly one of them. Here's Tatierski with the puck. Right wing pass for Brenneman. He tries to work in, gets to Tatierski, then Brenneman, but he couldn't pull the trigger as he skated past it. And now 3-on-2 back the other way. They'll work into the zone. Sends it across for the one-timer. Good defensive play by Chucky to break that up.
Yeah.
Goes back to the net, and Shibig, he couldn't pick up the loose puck. It squirts free. Stars play it out to the point. Nice keep in that time by Lancaster.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the Jets net again. They look to center it. Sharp angle shot hit the side of the net, it looked like. And then the Jets try to throw it right up the middle.
That could have been a trip.
And a shot from the slot area goes wide. And finally, Shibby plays it in the middle, and Tatierski gets it out to center ice. He'll gain the red line and dump it in, put it in on net. Vest sends it into the corner as the Jets change players. Uvodich line out. Nice pass to Wood. In on goal, a shot. And he missed everything off the end board glass. Goes back in the net again. They'll play it up the near side boards out to center ice. Back to Austin in his own zone. Up ahead on left wing. Off a Filing. Was in the zone briefly, but the Stars break it up. They'll work in on goal, and a shot by Sobanski, who has 2 out of the 3 Stars goal, and that one off the blocker of Martin and out of play. 11:28 left to go here in the third period. So I was showing everybody the brackets during the intermission for JV, and I was trying to explain that that first set of games on Thursday, you won't know what time the games are until, even though it seems like it's unlikely that if the Jets make it at all, they'll be anything but the 6th seed. You don't know when they're going to play yet, because it'll depend on who's in varsity and who's playing there.
What time they're playing, yeah.
Because they're going to try and avoid having the same teams
playing at the same time.
Right, for varsity and JV.
Right.
I'm curious, what did they do as that one goes right on goal and Martin makes the easy save and covers up? What did they do? Because the way it's scheduled is you have the play-in games for varsity early, and then you have the opening round JV games, which are actually kind of play-in games there too. And then you have the next round of games for varsity. And if it turns out that the teams that are matched up play afterwards, because it's one right after the other, then who gets precedent? Do you?
I don't know what you're asking.
So there a potential of, you've got 4 teams that you're talking about on the JV side.
Right.
But then you also have 2 teams that are playing varsity beforehand, before each of these games, and then 2 more teams that are playing afterwards.
Right.
And so if the conflict is both before and after, who gets precedent?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know what they do in that.
There's going to be a Zoom call the Wednesday before the Sunday before the tournament. So
just to be clear, so the games there are 12:45 or 1:40, and then there's also games at 10 and 11. And then games at 3 and 4.
Well, the 10 and 11 games are already determined. It's the 7th
right.
seed.
But
yeah.
what I'm saying is that in that scenario, any of those could be a conflict. In other words, you're trying the games that are playing in the JV at 12:45 and 1:40 will end right before those 3 and 4 games.
Just like a JV and varsity game.
Right.
It's just like a JV and varsity game. They play, because some kids will play back to back.
Right. Well, yes, but they're trying to avoid that.
Right.
And what I'm saying is that you can have the back-to-back game where the JV team plays first, or you can have the back-to-back where the JV team plays second.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know, Joe.
And so, like I said, if the conflict could be on either side.
Yeah.
And I don't know who gets precedent. Does it if you're the higher seed, does that mean you get the precedent, or if you're the lower seed? I have no idea what they're going to do.
Whatever Tony decides.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's the director.
Okay. Well,
I would guess if it's the higher seed's going to get the preference, the more rest. That'd be my guess.
You would hope so. Tatierski off the draw, backhand, and he couldn't really get that one on goal. Goes into the corner.
But again, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping it'll make a difference. To us, anyway.
We have to make it first.
That's what I was just going to say.
The logistics is not great, but it all starts with winning this game today.
Nice save by Martin as that one just came in on goal and he covers up on it. Yeah, it obviously. That's the thing, and the danger is that the Jets JV could literally win out for the rest of the season and still not make the playoffs.
It, right? Yeah.
They may not. I mean, I'd like to see them try.
Yeah, it's legit. I mean, bottom line. I mean, they play Waterloo next weekend, who again was ahead of them.
Yeah.
But then they play Mason City, who I believe is behind them, and then Ames was behind them. So they could. But they could have put themselves so far in behind. Well, and the scheduling, too, doesn't help. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, you're looking at...
Penalty coming up on the Stars.
I'm not trying to bash the lower teams in the league, but you're looking at Lincoln, Omaha, and Sioux City are the top 3 or 4 teams in the league, and they play the 2 lowest seeded teams in the league 4 times. So
right. And in our case, we don't play one of those teams at all.
At all. Right. So they get points that we can't get, that a lot of teams can't get.
Right.
And so,
I mean, we have the opportunity to get it. It's just much more of a challenge.
I'm saying against those teams is what I'm saying. You know, even though Fremont this year, I think they got 5 wins in the JV division.
Yep.
They've actually played. I think they got beaten by. They've beaten Omaha twice. They lost to Omaha, and two times by 1 goal. So I mean. They got 5 wins, but if you go back and look, they've been in a lot of games where the Boji team, unfortunately, has not.
Yeah. And, I mean, I guess to our credit, doesn't Ames haven't they been struggling at JV this year?
JVs, yes. Yeah, they have been. So, so on the backside of it, we do get Ames but most of these teams get 2. There's one team that doesn't get them. I can't remember. It might be Omaha.
Right.
Doesn't get them, yeah. So, trip. I was enjoying the crowd complaints.
I was just going to say, they didn't yell as loudly about that one.
No, they didn't.
That'll go out of play. We'll get a whistle. Minute 7 left to go.
It's just, I mean, every team. I think Cedar Rapids is down the JVs too. So it's because they only take 6 teams. That's
and I would have rather seen them do 8-8 this year.
It was talked. Some of us tried. I tried to get 8 back to the JVs. It might have. I think it will get passed next year, but I don't know. The board might change a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, this board used to be one-time permanent. You know, guys are here for 20 years.
Well, the fans were able finally able to make a call. I was just going to say that one thing that I guess you could at least say about Lincoln is that they shouldn't have any trouble at all finding people to officiate their games because they have a ton of officials in the stands.
Exactly. Yeah. So a lot of people helping.
So it'll be 4-on-4 for 53 seconds as Brenneman goes off for, I'm guessing, tripping.
Yeah, I think
the other penalty, by the way, was on Ryan Dingwell, and he's got 53 seconds left in his.
And our JV team, I think, is in solid 8th. I mean, they really could make the tournament as an 8th place.
Oh, yeah.
team.
If it was an 18, then they pretty much would not be quite guaranteed, but very close to
Very close to being in. And I don't think any number 1 seed would want to play us right now.
Right. Well, that was the other thing about it is that, and we talked about this briefly earlier, is that the one thing that you don't like, you know, is the idea that you can be playing, you know, some of the best hockey in the league, and because you didn't start out well, you just have no chance.
There's a team in the NFL this year that I think can make that same complaint. I think they might wear Bengal uniforms. You know.
Yeah.
When they start the way they did and the way they finished, but unfortunately they were 1-3 when they started, or whatever they were.
Doesn't matter.
They didn't make the playoffs, and they would have been a very tough out in the playoffs this year.
Not for us.
You never know.
Yeah, I do. I told you.
Joe Burrow's the only one that could beat Mahomes in Kansas City.
I told you. I already got a copy of the script, so they wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's a power play here for the Stars now. Oh, boy, that looked like it was offsides. Although the linesman was right on the line. A shot right on.
Oh, great play by Teddy.
Ekton was able to swat that rebound out of harm's way before a possible empty net.
Teddy's talking to him. That was close. You almost got us, but I was a little quicker than you.
So 34 seconds left to go in Brenneman's minor. Toit. He'll send it across for Ekton.
Wilson Toit is a player who this year on the JV squad is developed and become a really, really good player.
Yeah, he is improved.
Really a solid player.
And that's what we were talking about before, and that's what you hate to see is a team that that has, because again, you talk about JV as being a development squad, and they have. Again,
this two defensive core right here, Teddy and Wilson have.
Although I will say this as well, as Brenneman comes out of the box, had the puck for a minute but never could get possession of it. A shot right on, a save by Martin. This game's still tied. 6 minutes left to go, about halfway through the period, a little past it. Trying to work into the zone. Nicholson, he had it taken away. Puck around on the far side. Stars looking to play it out to center ice. They do. Riggs comes over, a good defensive play. Stars carry on, get it into the zone. They work in front. Sent down low, and from the side of the net, they play it right in the slot area. Puck still loose there, and Martin down, but the puck ended up played behind the net. Jets really dodged a bullet there. Now straight away, a shot, and they score.
That was just whoever Lincoln was. Is that Carlson?
I don't know.
28. Oh, that was the senior. Was that 28? Yeah, that's Carlson, a junior. He was just stronger on the puck than our guy. If you watch the replay, he just kind of muscled the puck past him.
Of course, the Jets did have a chance to get it out of the zone there. Nicholson.
Right there, he's stronger. Look at that. Yeah, our guy had his stick stuck right on the puck.
Yeah,
he was, whoever it was, I couldn't tell who it was. He was just stronger.
Second time in the game, the Stars now have a 1-goal lead. Unfortunately for the Jets, there's now only 5 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in regulation time. Boy, Stars are developing a habit of come-from-behind wins against the Jets this weekend. Although this one not over yet. 5 minutes left to go. We'll see if the Jets can get a push going here. Ekton will go back for it. Toit wasn't sure where the puck was. He gets knocked down, comes into the near corner. They play it back out toward the point. Now in the corner again, and Tatirsky plays it over far side. Played ahead by Ekton, and the Jets do get it out to center ice. Not much farther than that. They'll backhand it in. That's funny hop off a stanchion, and Ekton again will play it up the boards. Knocked down by Donner.
Woods got lucky. He slashed the guy behind the play. No call. Thank you.
Apparently, it was far enough behind the play that
nobody's seen it.
Yeah, all the referees didn't see it in the stands.
Well, I was going to say even they didn't see it.
You usually hear
the Lincoln fans didn't see it. So
Wood able to get the steal, but couldn't get it in deep. Then Ekton comes over, knocks it away. And he had it poked away from him, and now it comes back to him in his own zone. He'll send it across. Ekton gave it back to Amon. He'll work out to center. Able to backhand it into the zone. Didn't get it deep. Lost an edge. Stars take over. Corin kept it in for a moment, but then they play it back out. Dahlberg will send it in. Norman has it. Plays it off the end boards over for Donovan. 3:13 left to go. Crab with it on right wing. He'll work into the zone. Crab. A screen shot, but that hit the leg of the player. Then it comes back out. Amon, a long shot. And
somebody stick got thrown in the stands. Oh, he's going to take it. We're going to get a penalty.
Well, that's actually a misconduct if he calls it correctly. If it was thrown out of play intentionally.
No, I don't think it was intentional.
Could just be calling a slash, but I tell you what, with 3:05 left, he's calling it unsportsmanlike conduct. And if that's the call, what he really should be calling is a 10, not a 2.
Right.
Which is important because right now the Jets are going to be shorthanded for.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually a specific rules, right? In the rule, it says that if a player, throw, and by the way, it applies to your stick or their stick.
See if we got a replay of that, because there was a thrown or just hitting them, and that thing flew high at the stand.
I didn't really see it, but I guess we can try and find out. Let's see if we can tell.
Reload. Brad's is not happy. Let's see where Corn is. He's right there.
Yeah, I think he just basically threw it.
No, he didn't throw it. He slashed.
No, with his stick. He lifted his stick and lifted it. Although I don't know.
Was it on the ground? How the hell did it go that far?
So the
crazy.
Jets shorthanded. They're only going to have about a minute once this penalty is over.
Yeah, so that should have been a 10, you're saying, right, Joe? Not
yeah, probably. Although, I don't know. That way, because, again, it has to be intentional. He was definitely intentionally. I don't know that I have a problem with it being unsportsmanlike there, because I don't think his intent was throwing the stick out of play.
Right.
I think his intent was just to throw it away from the player.
Right.
So I actually might have called that interference or unsportsmanlike conduct. Boy, the Jets could really use a shorthanded goal. Norman couldn't catch up to that one. We're down to less than 2.5 minutes left to go. Certainly they can't give up one here. Ekton, the near side. Trying to walk in with it. Shot. And that goes out of play off of Martin. I mean, obviously, if you're Lincoln, you do want to score here if you can, but at the same time, you also really mainly just want to run off the time as much as possible. Minute 8 left to go in Corn's unsportsmanlike conduct.
Only give the Jets a minute 5, 5-on-5 time. Well, we'll go 6-on-5, of course.
One would imagine.
If we can get well out of the net.
Smith tried to play the puck. Goes to the line, not out. Puck loose in the slot, backhanded ahead, but not out. Another shot hit off a leg and wide of the goal. We're down to 2 minutes left to go in regulation time. Jets trailing 4-3.
Corn's in net. Maybe we'll get a lucky bounce him coming out.
Well, that is always possible. Boy, puck right in the crease area. Martin falls on it. Big question is, was Martin the one on top of it, or was it a Jets player? Because if it was a Jets player in the crease, that would be a penalty shot, but I don't think that's what happened. 42 seconds left to go in the man advantage. 1:47 on the game clock.
As of right now, the Jets got the same amount of goals they scored yesterday. Unfortunately, they've given up a few more.
Yeah. 4 more, in fact.
Yeah. Right.
Which is unusual for this team. We haven't, I don't know,
they don't usually give up 4 goals a game.
No, not at all. It's that shot right on Martin. I mean, I can't think of hardly any games this year they've given up 4.
They did lose to Sioux City 5-0 or 5-1 early in the first game of the year.
Yeah. By the way, that's interesting to think about, because you were talking about all the juniors and seniors on this team, and that's exactly how the Jets started the year against a Sioux City JV team that had a bunch of juniors and seniors on it.
Yeah.
So kind of full circle.
Right. Yeah, there's nothing in this league says that juniors and seniors can't play JVs. We just don't do it because we have a lot of kids who try out.
I was going to say, in general, it's just, yeah, we have the personnel where it doesn't become a necessity.
Right. The problem with that is, they have a lot of, I mean, they got 12 seniors in this team, so they got 11 juniors. So
right.
That's that's kind of rebuilding.
Corn ready to come out of the box in 7 seconds.
And we try not to do that if we don't have to. You know what I mean? But we've had 11 seniors before.
Martin is still in net. Corn's out of the box. They center one. Teams are 5 aside. We're down to the last minute of regulation time. Amon was taken down. Puck is loose. And it's poked out to center ice. Jets take over. Brenneman had it taken away from him. Ekton. Puck still in neutral zone, so Martin's still in net. Brenneman tried to play it, got it to the line, but not in. 40 seconds left to go. And here's Corn with the puck. He plays it up ahead for Brenneman. Martin goes to the net. Brenneman goes to the bench, I should say. Comes into the corner. Empty net for the Jets. Comes back out. Shot Ekton. Comes loose to Tierski. Down to 23 seconds. Back out Ekton. Another shot. That hit traffic in front. That last shot, by the way, is from Nicholson at the other point. Puck comes loose, and it's sent out to center ice. Ekton will play it ahead. 10 seconds left. Nicholson, and it's not looking good. 5 seconds. Up ahead. Corin.
Shoot it. Shoot it.
2 seconds left.
Shoot it.
And didn't get much on it. That'll do it. And the Kansas City Jets, JV, unable to get a sweep this weekend. They lose one to the Stars 4-3 the final as they blew a 1-goal lead twice in this game at 1-0 and 2-1.
Yeah.
And end up losing at 4-3. Came back to tie it at 3 on a power play goal, but unfortunately were unable to get the victory. That will certainly not help out the efforts to try to make the end of season tournament for this team. So unfortunate. It's a good effort and a decent weekend for this Jets JV squad, but they were not able to come up with the
you know, when you
4
score,
points.
when you win a game and lose a game by 1 goal to a I think the third place team in the league, you're saying that's not bad, but unfortunately in the situation where the Jets are sitting in the standings, it's not good either. You know.
Yeah, it's not what they needed.
Right.
Is unfortunately just the truth of the matter is.
Right.
So, all right, well, the varsity team's coming on for their warm-up period. They've got their ice resurfacing and starting lineups, and so we'll have the drop of the puck on the varsity game coming up in about a half an hour. Hopefully you can join us for that. We'll see if this varsity team can give an answer to yesterday's loss.
Yeah, we need to. Last few weekends, that's what's happened. We lost close games on Saturdays and come back on Sunday to win, so we need to do it again today.
We'll see if they can come up in about a half an hour. Thanks for joining us here on this JV game here on Kansas City Jets Hockey.
Support the puck. Do I have to tell you this? And we're getting killed on the board. Hello. This is your territory, Grimson. Do your job. Grimson.
Hello? Hi, honey. What? Now? All right. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Hey, it's my girl.
You know, my daughter.
Love. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.